What up, guys? So today I got a question from the old YouTubes, which is about how to pass every single basic guard, all the fundamental guards, right? Butterfly, half, full guard, all that stuff. Well, obviously I'm in a chair, so we're not going to dive into that. And I'm doing that because I thought about doing a video where I go into every specific guard, which could be useful maybe to some degree. And I have several videos on the channel that go into some of that already. But the thing was that when I read that question, I was thinking about my philosophy on guard passing. Now, I'm a pretty good guard passer. It's one of the things that I do very well. Out of my game, it's one of the things that I do best. I was also thinking about sort of the approach that a lot of the world champions and the ADCC champions that I've met and interacted with and trained with, how they approach guard passing as well. But what I found over the years, and this is how I approach jiu-jitsu, is that I'm trying to force people to play in the guard passing position that best suits me versus them. I'll give you a couple examples. Some years back when I was doing the no-gi pans, I was up against a guy in the finals and I was watching his matches. I'd already sort of planned this out. I scouted everybody out and I watched his matches and had saw that every time he got someone into a really good half guard position, he was able to sweep and he would get on top and win. Right? Watched several of his matches where he won. That's how he did it. So in that match, I wanted to deny him his half guard. I wanted to take away his best weapon. And so I did a lot of standing passing and outside passing. Ended up passing the guard, winning the match. Some years later, I was up against another fella who was another really good guard player. He played a lot of X, half guard, butterfly. And so I was watching his matches. And I watched in particular that he was really nasty with his guard. He already won a lot of pretty decent titles at for his name, but he was a little weak on his left side, which would be my right side passing. And I also noticed that the backstep pass seemed to be kind of a chink in his armor. So for me, I do both of those things very well. And so that's what I was forcing was right side passing with a backstep. And I was able to get the guard pass and win. So if you're following me right now, I'm not going into it. I go, okay, he plays butterfly guard. Let me butterfly guard pass. Or they play half guard. Let me half guard pass. Now, that's not to say that you couldn't do those things. You could do those things if you were like, my half guard passing is my best weapon. He plays half guard. I think I can smash him. That would be a perfectly reasonable way to go about it. But again, it goes back to this idea where I don't want to be reactive to the other person. I don't want to play their game. That's the way that I look at it, right? I want to play my game. Now, sometimes those games will converge, right? Just like I said, if maybe you're going to go for half guard passing and they've got a good half guard, well, let's see who's better at half guard. But in a lot of cases, I'm able to force positions and get people out of their best spots in order to play my best spot or my best guard passing position. And I will continue to do that over and over again. Like when I rolled with JT, I remember rolling with JT and we would get into all these different entanglements and different sort of situations. And every time we would get into something, he would somehow find a way back to his headquarters position, which was the way he was passing when I was rolling with him at the time, right? And if you look at a lot of people that are competing in matches, you'll see this over and over again. If you look at some of the best guys in your gym, some of the higher level people, the black belts and so forth, you'll probably see them using the same guard passing stuff over and over again. And it's like, it doesn't matter what's going on. They just find a way to get there again and again. And so to answer your question, I will do some more videos. And if there's a specific type of guard that you would like to see a breakdown of, I would be more than happy to do that with you. But instead of thinking about passing every specific guard position, think about rather, how can I put myself and how many ways can I find to put myself in my best guard passing position over and over and over again? Because to me, that's the magic. When you can then take the person and you can control the territory, you control the ground you're fighting on, and you make them fight where you want them to, that's the magic. And that's when you get into a situation where you're able to put the person at a disadvantage or at an advantage. And again, I think that should be the goal. Not being reactive, but being proactive about what you want to use. So anyway, that's the idea to chew on. I didn't get your name, but it was on YouTube. I don't know why I didn't write down the screen name, but I appreciate your question. And again, if you guys have questions about specific guards, throw them down below. But again, that's just sort of an idea to chew on as far as philosophy for guard passing.